Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Eye Opener Society. Welcome back to the guided meditation series. And this is the second part of my third eye meditation series. This is just something I wanted to focus on with people because I feel to me, this is the most beneficial meditation, at least to myself. If you take something away from this, that would also be fantastic. That's my goal. Try to expose you to certain different types of meditations, or at least just getting you interested so that you do spend at least 10 minutes a day meditating. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. If you're not practicing, it's not going to happen. So, in my first part, I made you aware of the third eye. And all the research I do and all, of course, they always want to throw, hey, there's no third eye, there's nothing, supernatural, which kind of aggravates me being in a spiritual community. We must understand what we believe is what we believe. Each individual has a different belief system. Do I feel that there is something else there? Yes, absolutely. Is it an actual third eye? It is not. Is the pineal gland um, part of that? It may be. We don't really know. However, spiritually, when we focus our attention right to the center of our brow, then what happens is we start to become a little bit more aware of things. Um, this is the key to third eye meditation. What are we aware of? So, what I want to do in this episode, first off, get yourself comfortable, relax, focus on your breathing as you always do. Just bring yourself to awareness and grounding yourself, just as you would with any other meditation. And I want this episode again to provide you with information while at the same time kind of getting you relaxed before we go into the third episode next week with the third eye, where we could probably practice that a little bit more. I have to figure that one out, but we will get you something. But today, I do want to reinforce your third eye activation. That is key to this entire spiritual process through this meditation, is becoming much more aware and focused right between your brow. Now, I gave you some tricks that I wanted you to practice when you're just in a meditative state, quiet, closing your eyes, because we don't want any vision. What we want to do is focus our attention as if our eyes were open to the center of our brow, right in between our eyes. And that's where we want to focus without seeing anything. This activates that third eye. This starts to churn up some things physically, I believe, or at least I feel physically, this gets activated. And then I also explain when you're holding your head down and pressing right, very gently, using 3 fingers or 2 fingers, touching right there in between your brow as well. You should feel some sort of activation. I just did now when I just done that. It was quick because I only touched it quickly, but as soon as I moved my fingers away, I felt an activation. I felt some sort of conductivity there. I think that's a good way to explain it. And again, I'm going to stress you may not feel anything. Every individual is different, and this takes a process. And that's why I explained the process of just practicing that vision, focusing your vision right into the center of your brow, doing it as often as you can. This way, you can start to activate that third eye. Uh, there's a lot of things um, that we can get from this. There's increased intuition. That's one thing that I've felt, I've experienced. Uh, it takes a little time before you get there, but when I started reading oracle cards, I found how accurate and how strong my intuition is with those cards. Can I relate it to the third eye meditation? I possibly can. I would feel that, even though I haven't done it yet, I can sit and do a whole third eye meditation session and then read the cards, and I'm sure it would sharpen and focus my intuition. Uh, Also, the more we practice this third eye meditation, our dreams can become more vivid. That's another outcome, possibly. Again, everybody's different. We can also activate greater creativity. That's something else with this focusing on the third eye can do, actually increase your creativity. Most important, and one of the biggest benefits of this, and it's something that I know I definitely, feel, and many other people also feel this too. It's better self-awareness. And this is so important because all meditations should focus on self-awareness. That's the goal of meditation to begin with. But I feel that when we start focusing our attention closely on that third eye, that we do become much more self-aware. We start to be aware of this magical eye that doesn't really exist, but we create it by doing this and by practicing this. So self-awareness is extremely, extremely such a big benefit to this. Um, this also helps you to enhance your visualization abilities. So when you sit with me and we do these guided meditations, I'm giving you pictures, I'm taking you to places and telling you stories that you kind of immerse yourself in. Focusing on your third eye is going to give you more creativity, and it's going to enhance that visualization that you have. So if I'm giving you more of a story, you can probably become more self-aware within it, and it's going to become more hyper realistic. And also you can sit on your own without having, a guided meditation. You can sit and do this on your own, create, because it's your creativity is going to be enhanced, your self awareness. So then your visualizations are going to increase. Uh, Something also, which is more related to the self awareness, is feeling more connected to yourself. You will, if you're doing this type of meditation and you're doing it regularly, you will become much more uh, connected to your own self. And again, that's what meditation is about. Uh, and then also, you can also probably have much more clarity uh, when you're making decisions. That's kind of a benefit of it that comes out later on. The more we do it, we just become more hyper aware, hyper focused on things. Um, some people do. And like I said, if you don't, when I say this tingling in the forehead that you get when you're activating your third eye, that's something people do experience as well. Not everybody, but again, I have to stress that because I just don't want people saying, hey, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't feel it. I can't. It's okay. We need to relax. And the more we do it, the more we focus, things start to work on their own. Uh, Along with the tingling, some people also said they've experienced pressure in that area, right in between the eyebrows. Not many. I don't know the statistics on that, but again, everyone is different in what they feel. And then a sensation of warmth. And I've experienced that not only through third eye meditations, but through many other forms. So, like whenever I meditate, I do get this sense of warmth. So, that's kind of a common reoccurring theme across most types of meditations. Um, Now, we often say it's third eye meditation, but there's another type of meditation that is strongly related to this, and we can almost say it's the same thing: focused meditation. I think you heard me talking about that before, where I said if you're focusing on a candle, a picture, or whatever the case may be, whatever you have in front of you that you're focusing on. Well, this is what we're doing with the third eye meditation. We're focusing, though, with our eyes closed into a certain spot within us, which is, like I said, right in between our brows. That's focused meditation because we want to focus our concentration right there on that spot. And that's what focused meditation is, which in turn is basically a third eye meditation. We give it that term simply because we're using this third eye to take us through the meditative journey. So, some very common techniques to do this is obviously sitting comfortably. There's no poses, there's no requirement to the way you need to be sitting. Just relax and be comfortable. Relaxing the body, focusing our center, and bringing awareness to the space between our eyebrows with our eyes closed. I recommend that highly. Some people can use it like once you activate that third eye, you can use it with your eyes open, and it's just that third dimension of seeing, basically. A little hard to explain right now. And again, this is for beginners. This is just some information I want to give to you. If you wish to seek this out on your own, that's fantastic. Find a practitioner that you're comfortable with. And if you would like to work with me, I'll be happy to. churchofeos@gmail.com. Just let me know what it is you're, seeking. Hey, I would like to work with you with third eye meditation, and we'll set something up. Um, just like any other meditation, we're going to observe our thoughts, without any judgment. And that's with any meditation. When we're sitting focused, our thoughts are going to come through. We're just simply going to acknowledge them and let it be from there. Uh, And then same thing, like when we're doing our guided meditations, we're kind of focused on what's saying, the story's playing out. But if we're doing a focused meditation or any other meditation for that matter, when we are sitting and trying to ease our mind, sometimes it wanders, and we mentioned that. So same thing with this. Instead of bringing our attention back to our own thoughts, we're going to bring our attention right back to that center of our brow, right back to our third eye. So if you're, find yourself wandering, let your mind wander for a second, snap back, refocus on that third eye. Um, a good way to do your meditation, and we could even try this now, is just sit for a second and focus, just like I've been teaching you. Focus on that third eye. With your eyes closed, picture this glowing indigo colored light. And just picture it right there in the center of your brow and focus on it. Now, again, I could sit here all day, but this is what I would like you to practice. We'll do it really quickly now. Focus on that indigo light and just focus on it. And then practice this later on your own. Just keep practicing. Focus on something. You can also picture maybe a small star in the center of your brow, or let's just call it the third eye. A excuse me, a candle flame, or any sphere of energy, whatever works best for you, whatever visualization you like to come up with. The indigo light is great because that color indigo, I think it really opens up and stimulates your imagination. But again, everybody's different. So pick what it is you like to picture and focus on it with your eyes closed right there with your third eye. Do that for a moment and remember your affirmation that you will activate your third eye. So you may want to say that now. I am activating my third eye. This is a good repetitious mantra that you could repeat over and over while you're doing this. This focuses your mind on that mantra so it doesn't wander. You're picturing that indigo light or whatever it is you're using and saying the mantra, I am activating my third eye. This is good practice. So work on that for a couple. I'll sit here with you. I am activating my third eye. I am activating my third eye. Now, I'm not myself not envisioning anything, but I am focused. And I'll tell you honestly, even just as I did that, I felt a sensation right there on my third eye area. Kind of like the pressure that I was talking about before. It didn't feel energetic, but it felt like a pressure. So something activated. This is just your mind focusing, and it's letting you know that something is working. So become, during this period, observers. Are there any thoughts that keep repeating? Is there anything that's going on in your mind? Just be aware of that. Are there any emotions that arise? And are there any patterns that are appearing throughout the day? We should be focusing on that now while we're visualizing our third eye and activating it. This awareness that you're doing, it's a key to awakening a deeper perception. And that is the key to this whole third eye activation. We want this perception above and beyond what we see in the regular world. So, a few good things to do, and just keep, like I said, keep focusing on whatever it is you're focusing on, and just keep doing it. Keep playing that mantra over that you're activating your third eye while my voice is just giving you this information. This will help you focus on your third eye even while other things are going on around you. It's good practice. Another good practice is doing dream journaling. So keep a journal always right next to your bed. If you wake up at night and you remember that vivid dream, before it slips away, just grab that pen and paper and jot it down, as many details as you possibly can. And even after you journal it, think back and see if you missed anything: colors, sounds, smells, anything. If you missed anything, go back and jot it all down. Keep a journal. When you wake up, record those dreams immediately if you remember any of them, and especially symbols, any symbolicism within those dreams. If you remember them and if you can draw them out, that's even better. Also, any emotions that you felt during that dream, whatever those emotions are, keep this journal accurate according to that dream. And then start looking for recurring themes. That's going to give you a sense of a pattern. Why is this important for third eye? This is all related. The more we start activating a third eye, the more we can start seeing more clearly. And again, we're going to have this different perception, and we're going to see things differently and beyond our regular sight. So dreams become very important with this because it helps us to recognize these patterns. And when we sit and we actually do the meditation, then all of that comes into play, and all of those dreams and everything and symbols will start to activate, and you'll start to get more clarity with them when you're doing a third eye meditation. Um, this is the tough part because, as I just explained, this is good practice to listen to me while you're focusing and trying to activate your third eye. It's mental noise. You must try to reduce it as much as possible. But the more you practice with something else going on in the background, this helps you. This is sort of like, learning how to parallel park. Um, it's best to do it with a very large vehicle. That makes it even harder. But once you perfect the parallel parking with that larger vehicle and you go into a vehicle that's much smaller, you're going to do it quickly. And that's the purpose of clearing the mind and settling the mind to where the background noise just becomes background, and that's it. It doesn't become noise. So my voice now shouldn't be interfering. It's just feeding you information while you're focused on your third eye. So modern things, again, they're a huge distraction. Our phone, social media, TV, and all. We should be able to eliminate that while we're meditating. Just turn everything off. But we need to kind of stop using all of that too as well. That's something else that I would recommend. This helps activate the third eye because we're no longer overly stimulated from this false information or just false energy that comes in while we're watching TV or social media and our phones, this helps us to focus more attention onto information that we're looking for rather than stuff that's just being fed to us that doesn't have any meaning, excuse me. So what does third eye meditation actually do? Well, it helps us again, and this is all same basic information. It's training us to focus. It helps us to understand and be more aware. It helps us with observation, reflection, as well as mental clarity. That is the purpose of third eye meditation. These are the goals that we achieve with this. This is what happens the more we do it. Um, when we practice this, it's believed our abilities strengthen our intuition and they naturally become much more noticeable. So the more we do it, the better it becomes. So let's sit for another minute or so with all of that information. Focus. Even after you turn off this show, I want you to sit and focus on your third eye. And then the more you're doing it with your eyes closed, see if you're able to focus your energy with your eyes open to your third eye. That's your homework. And then next week, when I have my third episode, we'll try some things and do some practical applications, and I'll see how we can apply that. I thank you so much for tuning into this. I really hope this kind of works for you. I hope this is a new idea for you. Maybe something you might want to, use later on. And again, if you really want some more information, you want something more in depth, or if you just want to work with me one on one, churchofeos@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you really soon.